Hello everyone, welcome to Desert Succulent, and today we will be featuring Graptopetalum Mirinae. It is a rosette forming succulent and it is also considered as a mini succulent because of its size. So I have here a single leaf na we can compare to be as large as a grain of rice, and usually the largest na leaf nitong ating mga Mirinae will not be more than 2 centimeters long, and at the same time no more than 0.5 centimeters wide. Ayan, sobrang liit lang talaga nila. Itong ating mga Mirinae is considered as a hybrid na succulent. And if we are talking about hybrid, ito yung mga species that is a result of crossbreeding of two genetically different varieties. And yun nga, as a result, nagkaroon tayo ng Mirinae. It also resembles as Graptopetalum Mendozae. And for comparison purposes, I have here also yung ating Mendozae succulent. You would really see na much bigger yung leaves nitong ating mga Mendozae as compared nga dito sa ating mga Mirinae. Although itong aking Mendozae right here is still small, ayan siya. So we would be expecting na double pa yung kanilang mature size. Kaya you would really easily compare na mas maliit talaga itong ating mga Mirinae considering that this one is already their mature na size. In time, itong ating mga Mirinae will also be producing flowers that is characterized as having white, 5-petaled, and it's just the typical shape of a flower. The more abundant the light that we give and the greater the temperature difference between the day and the nighttime, then the more stress the color of our Mirinae would be. And you would really see right now, ito yung itsura ng ating stress na Mirinae. Originally, this one is color green, but I cannot remember the last time when I saw na nag-green itong ating Mirinae, especially that it is located nga doon sa ating rain or shine area. All day long, babad lang sila sa araw. That's why we were able to achieve this kind of color. But in cases na it's very hot or matindi yung sikat ng araw sa inyong area, then you might as well try to provide some shade or some filter. Itong ating mga Mirinae grows best outdoors sila kasi they really require nga abundant sunlight for them to have this compact na rosette. The tendency kasi if we will be putting them indoors is mag-i-ethiolate sila, and ang pangit ng itsura nila if for example na hiwa-hiwalay yung kanilang leaves. So, itong ating mga Mirinae kasi we could even appreciate yung ganda nila if they are together. Ayan o, para nagka-clumping sila, dikit-dikit, and all you can see are just mini rosettes. Watering wise, they are very prone to decay or pagkabulok in excessively wet or humid conditions. Each leaf of this plant contains water inside. Ayan, so they are very plump, diba? But they really store a huge amount of water sa kanilang pinaka-leaves, and overwatering now would definitely lead to the death of this plant or pagkabulok. And because of that one, it's important for us to make use of a well-draining na soil mix. Yung ginamit kong soil mix sa kanya is yung ating loam soil na readily available sa ating mga garden stores. Ganon yung ginamit ko sa kanya. Although if you wanted to add more drainage, you can just simply add pumice stone. And as I mentioned earlier, nandun nga sila sa ating rain or shine na area, and even if na umulan for a week last month, I was not really worried kasi I'm confident with my soil mix, and at the same time nga yung ating pot has drainage holes sa kanya. Ayan, so I have I think 8 drainage holes here. And also, you have to check for signs of overwatering. Pag may napansin na kayong parang mushy na leaves sa kanya, then you might as well try to avoid watering it for the next week or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks. Depende na yan sa inyong location. The most suitable growth temperature nitong ating mga Mirinae is between 15 to 25 degrees centigrade. And dito sa Baguio, we really don't have that kind of problem. Kumbaga, it's very conducive to grow succulents in our area because of our temperature. But I understand na sa lowland areas, your temperature there is siguro average na sa 18 to 30 degrees centigrade. And that's also okay sa ating mga Mirinae. They can tolerate those kind of temperatures. But if, for example, the temperature is too high And when we say high, it's above 35 degrees centigrade. Then, yung ating mga Mirinae would stop growing. At this time, yung watering natin sa kanya should be temporarily reduced. And yung frequency ng pagdilig natin sa kanya would be resumed when the temperature is suitable already. So, hindi naman every day 35 degrees or more than 35 degrees yung ating mga temperatures. We should also be removing some old leaves so that we can prevent nga na mag-accumulate yung ating mga pests, especially yung ating mga mealybugs. They like to hide in those dried leaves, especially pag nababasa, it will become moist and gustong-gusto nila yan. So here, wala naman ako masyadong nakikitang dried leaves. Ayan, so parang ganyan lang. May pa isa-isa akong dried leaves na nakikita sa kanya. And we can just simply remove it. Ayan. Mabilis lang naman silang matanggal once already dried. If for example, we think na yung ating plant is already overgrown, then we can shape it by pruning the top part, or itong mga ito, we can simply cut them. And at the same time, we also wanted to maintain yung kanyang shape. But right now, I'm really happy with how my Mirinae would look like. Ito yung ating mga old stems before. And I decided not to cut it kasi it really gives us this parang trailing effect dito nga sa ating pot, and I won't be cutting itong mga ito, although it's still your personal preference if you wanted to cut itong mga ito. But if for example you wanted to cut nga itong ating mga trailing na stem, that will be fine. And syempre it's also one way for us to propagate na rin itong ating mga Mirinae. You can just simply have a stem cutting here, or dito you can cut it, or even here, then you just have to air dry it for a couple of days, then that's it. Pwede nyo na siyang itusok dito, or if you have a new pot for them, you can simply transplant them. And kanina may mga nahulog na leaves, and if you wanted to propagate this one, it's also okay, pero medyo matatagalan lang if you wanted to propagate them. So what I usually do if may mga nahulog na mga ganyan, nilalagay ko lang sila dito sa ating soil. Ayan, hindi ko na sila hinihiwalay kasi they are too small. Iniiwan ko lang silang ganun. And bahala na silang tumubo. And I think yung iba tumubo na din. So for example, yun may isang single leaf na nahulog, then tumubo na siya on its own. So mabilis rin naman silang lumaki, and I think if we will be giving this another 3 months, it would entirely cover nga itong ating entire pot. And I made use nga of this. Ayan, so this one is a hanging basket, and pag lumaki pa siya, I'm planning of hanging this, especially that some of its stems are already trailing. So papahabain lang natin yan na ganyan. Kung mapapansin nyo din, there are a lot of offsets na tumutubo kung saan-saan sa kanyang pinaka-stem. And before, wala itong mga ito. I thought nakalbo na completely itong stem na to, but hindi ko siya kinat, but rather pinabayaan ko lang siya. And look at what happened. Ayan, ang daming offsets na tumutubo sa kanilang branch. Even, ayan, yung sobrang liit na parang tuldok doon. Ayan, that's a new offset again. Kaya, if you have yung mga stems na ganyan, don't cut it immediately kasi in time, may mga tutubong mga new offsets dyan. And that's all for our Mirinae. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also visit our Facebook page at Desert Succulent PH.